I've been living with lupus officially, let's say, for 19 years. So it was discovered, diagnosed in 1995. I have to say that actually, thinking afterwards, I had already some symptoms before, because my main symptoms were in the, let's say, a rheumatologic point of view. So in the joints and everything, sometimes I had some, I don't know, a finger which were blocking, but nobody were thinking about that.
I've got severe brain damage through lupus, and I have problems with crowded areas, with lots of people. I'm easily confused. And I was also suffering problems in my lungs.
Well, the first symptoms and signs I get was when I started at the 6 years old. Because, for example, in class and school, it was difficult for me to do, for example, exercise, gym exercise, and I was always very tired.
My first symptom was that I had the rust butterfly in the face. I was always weak. I don't wanted to go out, and I lost hair. I lost weight.
My first signs of lupus were a rash on my face. When I was in the summer, I would always get a rash on my face and would have trouble with light. I then started having migraines and joint pains, mouth ulcers. Unfortunately, it took over 14 years before I was diagnosed because the symptoms I had were never together.
I had my first symptoms of lupus, I think about in the year 2000. But I never went to see a doctor because my symptoms were not that clear. I had never had the thought that it was part of one disease. I lost hair, I had a depression, I had pain in my joints, and I was tired all the time, but I never figured that it was all part of a disease. I just thought, I have a problem this week with this and another week with another thing.
My first symptoms of lupus were severe headaches. I had also problems with my intestines and stomach. It's like my system was falling down bit by bit. I was still doing a lot of sports, but I was out of breath when I had a flare. Also, I had rash. I had now I know it's vasculitis. It's your blood vessels who inflame. So that were the first symptoms. But at first, my flares were not so severe. But then every time there was something that comes a bit more severe.